Welcome to A&R 360. I'm Carl Joseph, and here we take a 360 wide-ranged and varied view of people, places, and things in Antigua-Barbuda. Last Sunday, I took a trip with the members of the Environmental Awareness Group here in Antigua-Barbuda to York Island for their routine 5-weekly rat bait station check. Say that 5 times fast, which is a part of their Offshore Islands Conservation Program. The goal of the program is to conserve the indigenous and globally significant populations of flora and fauna on the offshore islands and to promote the sustainable use of the resources they find there. We hiked quite a bit to each of the 13 stations that traverse the lows and the highs of the island, and we actually came face to face with a razor snake. Now that was interesting. Here's our adventure.
So we're on York Island now, and we're going to do our bait station check. We have 13 bait stations on the island, and basically these serve as a dual purpose. One, they have kept the actual bait poison that if the rats are here, they eat and will die. And also they act as detectors, because if we see signs of rats activities, the rats will know, or they leave the droppings in the bait station themselves. So that's what we do to check to make sure that we don't have any. This island isn't heavily used by locals or tourists or anyone basically, so we wouldn't have the necessary impact of rats reinvading, but we have had other occurrences on other islands over the years. I think most of the time it will be the proximity to the mainland, because they just can't stop rats from traversing the mainland to the islands if it's close enough for them to get to. Because rats are always looking for new territory. We're saying that we check these bait stations every 5 weeks.
What's the bait station?
The actual setup, the entire box, the base, is what we consider as the bait station, and you see why we consider a bait station, we have to put rat bait inside of the station.
Okay.
Basically, yes, it's poison, but it is safe for the touch. You'd have to consume, as human beings, we'd have to consume a whole lot of it in order for it to be harmful to us. Actually have a data sheet which we take notes of. So what it is, how we actually take this up. From this data sheet now, you can see how it's set up. Shows you about the bait, everything about the bait box. If you have bait remaining, if you see any dropping, you see inside, because that's a telltale sign of who has been into the box. And then some of the normal residents that you would see, lizard, crab, insect, or other. Sometimes others could be like you see a scorpion, or you would see a gecko. You would see something that you wouldn't necessarily always think you'll see,
or probably even a snake,
or even a razor snake. There are razor snakes on this island.
We have probably what, around 100 on these islands?
Right, estimated.
Yeah, around 100.
Estimated.
100 what?
Snakes.
Snakes, okay.
Yeah, estimated.
And they're pretty much harmless.
And they're pretty much harmless.
They're
So
harmless.
if they come to me, what will they do to me?
They would try to get away from you.
They'll try to get away.
Yeah.
All right. So if I aggravate them in some, like let's say I accidentally stepped on one,
they will try to run away from you.
Probably play dead, camouflage with the ground and acting like they're not.
So we good.
Yeah,
we're very good.
The only defense they have is like some kind of secretion, right, Vasky?
Yeah.
That smells very, very bad. So when you hold them, they just let it go and like, you have to like.
When you stop recording, I'll tell you what it smells like. Oh, wait, you stand up. Right here. Wait. Well, bring all up. Every time I come out to the female, I catch snake. You have a snake? You want to
secreting the stuff now?
Come and see, man.
No. Come and put liquor on you.
Yeah, look at the secretion.
Come, bring your hand here.
No, you're right.
No, yeah. Initiation.
Yes, all right.
Hold your basket, hold your neck. This is a female racer we have here. Pretty much healthy and young. As we say, young, fresh and green. one out.
Species still have a tag in the back. In the bottom.
Y'all tag them?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
So when you catch them, you... Okay, go ahead.
Well, yeah, most of the time scientists will come and tag them every so often when they're doing the survey, and they put like a chip inside them, so that we know if you want to find them or find a specific one, you can just track it down eventually. And also is a way of telling their age. Like if you catch one very young, then 20 years after you catch the same one, you can say, okay, probably this is 21, 22, judging from the size. One way to differentiate between the male and the female is from the genital to the end of the tail. I think
the genitals on a snake. Where? Oh, okay.
Yeah, right there.
All right, so that's where she secreted whatever she secreted just a while ago.
Secretion. But the male tail is much longer than the female. Right. So even though the male is much smaller than the female, the tail is much longer. So that's one way to tell. And next way is the coloration. The female usually has a lighter color than the male, and also the female usually has a bigger head. Even though this is a young female, if you see like an adult male, the head will be even smaller than this head. So that's one way also to tell. Okay, you don't want to hold it, take
I
a
am
snap.
Fine with it. Yeah.
You want to put them on your neck?
I am good. I am fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna come next year and
I am alright. Yeah, look.
So
okay, so why is the snake coming by?
You see, exactly. When you realize, you see, make a move. Yeah. So basically, that's what this is all about. That's what we're doing to preserve the well-being of the rhesus snake population, which back in 1995, they were down to just roughly an estimated 50 species, 50 specimens, all found on Great Bird Island. And through conservation effort, through various international partners, both non-profit and international organizations and reputable colleges and universities, we were able to basically increase the population from 50 individuals to an estimated over 1,000 individuals spread out among several islands that we have cleared of rats over the years. So the islands that you would find the rhesus snakes population on would be York Island, Green Island, Great Bird Island and Rabbit Island.
Yeah, this is the bait box. We have them like 30 meters right round the island.
30 meters apart?
Yeah, apart, sorry, right round the island. This is the poison. It only harms mammals, which me, you, and also rats. So the snakes, the crabs, the other wildlife, the birds, won't harm them. So we put 4 of these blocks. Every 5 weeks we come and replenish the box because soldier crabs eat them like cooked food. It's like
why are you why are you trying to kill the rats?
Because when rats are here, they kill everything else. The snakes, they eat the bird eggs, the vegetation. If you lay still for a good while, they will eat you too. So yes, so okay. No rats, everything does look nice and beautiful. So as you can see, the little rain, how out here green with rats, everything does look scanty and brown. Alright, so quick, let's spot that snake. I'm telling you, snake nothing really quick. Alright, so fast the snake, I'm gonna grab the snake.
Fast, quicker than a hurry.
You know, a well-renowned spotter and a well-renowned shark. And I'm beautiful with my subscription. The fast one. Take it again? No. Oh.
So this one, the rats in trouble, this one?
Well, no rats on the island, hopefully. But sometimes the soldier crab, let's eat them. And with the soldier crab eating them, if a rat pass through, you won't be able to tell really. You would have to really look closely because sometimes the marks that the soldier crab leave and actually the rat marks actually look the same. And sometimes the soldier crab now eat over the rat marks. So when they get them like this, it's a good sign. And hopefully if a rat may be on the island, you pass through, you might see some teeth marks. And these droppings, you can see, by the droppings, only soldier crabs was in the box. The soldier crabs and the rat droppings look similar. but the rats droppings are more tapered at the end. And differentiate easily between the rats and the crabs droppings. So this is good here. This is good, not untouched. So we say 4 full blocks. No signs of rats.
And when you have them, they come with 4 full blocks. That's how you set them.
That's how we set them.
Okay.
4 full blocks for every box.
Let me see that.
These marks you're seeing here, what the crabs made. They use the gundy and just try and take, and probably some ants and even roaches too. As I said, they only kill mammals, me, you, and rats. So try not to eat now.
So this is what you're going to put on this report. Tahambi, what are you going to put on this report now?
We're going to put basically 4 partial in good condition. Crab droppings.
Yeah.
No animals inside, and clean out the droppings in them. But this don't have much, but usually when you clean out the droppings, when even rat may happen to come in and it, defecate, you can, rat droppings, rather have a bunch of droppings in there and it's hard to differentiate. So it's always good when you clean out.
It gives you the better time frame as to when the droppings might occur if you do to them, because if it is doing your last trip and you cleaned out the station, you come back 5 weeks later, then sometime after you were here last time, as opposed to it could have been 2 weeks before, 3 trips before, because you haven't cleaned the station. So It's always important to keep the stations clean.
Go ahead.
When you meet them like this, definitely you would have to change them. There's not much left here. So usually take back the partial ones to the mainland and probably feed them to the rats there and replace them with new blocks.
So who ate that?
Soldier crabs basically. And sometimes the rats in them are very picky eaters. They might come and realize it's already been tampered with and say, you know what, let me just venture somewhere else. So when you meet them like this, you have to change them. It's a must. You can't say left them and the rat may eat one and get poison like that. It's the bait, but change that. And put 4 fresh new ones. Should be wearing gloves, but
so this is number what?
Number 13.
Number 13.
One of the islands that you can find waste snakes. Fortunately, you guys came and saw one today, which is quite good. And so now you understand with the better. Well, better you leave here now with a better situation as to what it is we're doing and why we're actually doing what we're doing.
How many stations you say you have on the island?
The island with the 13 bait stations on the island. And every 5 weeks we come out here to check them to make sure everything is intact in terms of the presence of any rats. There's actually baits in the stations. If they're not any, we assume that they're eaten by crabs. If not, hope that the rat got some and died. But we never want to do that on the island, because that means it shows that our work is being done correctly and it's something to be proud of.
We didn't find much evidence of rats on the island.
Which is always a good thing.
It's a success.
Yeah.
Yeah?